So, you want me to talk about the experiment?
Yeah, can you talk a little more, but maybe like what variable you choose?
Oh, for our experiment, we chose the rate at which the grass would actually repopulate. And our hypothesis was that if the grass repopulated more, if it repopulated more quickly, then the rabbit population would survive longer. And after we ran a few trials, we actually figured out the contrary. The more grass there was, the faster the rabbits would populate, the faster all of the grass would disappear, and that was it for the rabbits. So we tried to balance and play with those numbers a little bit to create a grass rabbit, perfect environment, and we never succeeded. There were some other things that we didn't know that Wendy shared with us, such as, well, if the grass is popping up right next to where grass currently exists, and a rabbit's sort of trailing on through that, they're going to sort of chew it all up and it'll be gone before it can reproduce. So we included wind, so it would maybe blow a seed further away and pop up elsewhere. And that really started to sort of help things out. We added a predator naturally. When we tried to control the population of rabbits, we introduced a hawk, and it would fly around, and it took a lot of tinkering. There's some other things in here as well. We had a lot of trouble getting this to last for any,
Is that a shadow of Han Solo's ship?
Yes, it is a spaceship. It's a spaceship too, in case you're interested. And what this was, of course, we had our rabbit. That was the closest thing we could find to a hawk, was the dragon. And initially, the hawks, it didn't take much for them to start to reproduce, so our system just kept crashing because they would be born with enough energy to reproduce. So then we had to cut back on the amount of energy they were born with so that they could be strong enough so that then they could reproduce, provided they found enough food along the way, of course. So we toned down that energy, and we gave them enough energy when they were born so that they wouldn't immediately die either. But we were still having trouble with this, so we did create this spaceship. And the spaceship just sort of randomly appears over time in different locations, and it just sort of squishes whatever is under it or runs into it, such as the ground. It's a lightning strike or a fire, okay? We made it a spaceship instead, because it could then be anything at that point. This was an idea we overheard from another group. Yes, sir?
The hawks, are they flying randomly, or are they actually flying at rabbits?
They're flying randomly. That was something we could have given them eyes, but we didn't learn that much. Or at least our group didn't. We didn't figure that part out. You can train them to hunt within a certain radius. You can actually train the rabbits to avoid the predator as well, but we didn't get quite that far. This right here, we named it Powhatan Pond. It is a water molecule. So when the rabbits are running low on energy, if they happen to, and again, their movement is completely random, if they happen to go through that, this isn't something you can see, but if they're running low on energy and there's no food, and they happen to walk through this several times, they'll gain energy each time. And we did start off with this number only getting up to like 200 for each run, and then the last few runs, it may not happen this time, we'd get up to about 2,000. So again, not completely sustainable, but an improvement.
Why the